The battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on PSPEvents.com.
Back here, 2015 PSP Dallas Open. We are in the quarterfinals. Next matchup coming at you right here. upTon 187 crew is going to take on the Los Angeles Ironmen. Both these teams hungry to get into the mix at the top levels of this sport. upTon 187 crew, they played awesome in the prelims. 3 wins for them. Los Angeles Ironmen went 2-1 and got beat up by Heat in their last prelim matchup. But Todd, as we've seen in these quarterfinal matchups, very close games here. 5-3 infamous defeated X Factor. Dynasty just won by 1 in a come-from-behind victory against Edmonton Impact. And now Los Angeles Ironmen 187 crew, and then we have Heat and Damage. What a morning of paintball.
Yeah, I really like what we're going to get to see today. This is going to be a really good one. Like you said earlier, 187, they know that this isn't the end of the road over here. They still have a lot to accomplish, and this is probably the best that we've seen them play. And I'd like to see what they're going to make of this opportunity.
Mike Pax getting taken out off the break. Going to give a one-body advantage early on here in this match to 187 crew. Matt Jarula, Greg Lazat, Nick Sloviak, Max Trailer, and Dan Zaleski getting the start for 187. Ironmen send out Ibarra, Toke Hamill, Jason Vidalich, Marcelo Margot, and Mike Paxton took the early walk, shot by Greg Lazat, who had an amazing prelim games.
Yeah, Greg Lazat was shooting tons of people. Max Trailer was shooting tons of people. And Zaleski just playing real smart over here on the snake side.
Nick Sloviak also with the new pickup from coming over from Houston Heat in the offseason, played awesome for 187. Played pretty much every single point.
Yeah, Marcelo Margot admittedly didn't have a great game yesterday against Houston Heat. Looking to get some redemption today over here against 187. He's far up on the Dorito side next to Ibarra. Yeah,
well, it looks like 187 has a player in the 50-yard line on the D side. So early on the attack here, that's 187, Lazat. Yeah, Greg Lazat, no surprise there, in really good field position on the D side.
Yeah, Greg Lazat was the one that shot Mike Paxton early. And now all the way up there in the 50 Dorito, he's locked in with Daniel Ibarra right now. And there goes Zaleski making that smart move. Everybody took their eyes off him, and here he comes. He's going to jump into the 50 snake. And then take his time and be patient. Marcelo Margot getting shot out. And here comes Max Trailer. He's going to crawl into the 50 in the snake alley by the A. Zaleski getting ready to stand up and wrap around and put a shot in on the middle player. Oh, and here comes the launch from Max Trailer coming through, and he's going to bunker out Toke Hamill in the middle.
Oh, but Zaleski gets shot, and then so does Vidalich, though. So not looking good right now for the Ironmen. Just Danny Ibarra on that D side, way in the back. And looking at 3 bodies for 187. 187 able to get that last kill. So the first point is going to go to upTon. Nice controlled point by upTon 187 crew.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way that they've been winning points. Attacking aggressively, getting up bodies early, staying alive, and then slow playing the snake side. Seeing Zaleski, just make the right moves at the right time. Lazat getting up and getting kills early and being in good position. And haven't seen a whole lot of people stop Lazat from making moves where he wants to over there on that Dorito side.
Yeah, he's pretty much not quite doing it at will, but one of the more aggressive players on that side, one of the more productive players that we've seen on any team.
Again, it doesn't have to be pretty.
Well, let's get an update from Lauren Kelly down in the pits.
Hey there, I am down here on the sideline. I was just talking to Brandon Cornell, who is here to cheer on his team, but his arm is in a sling. He told me that doctors told him to take 6 weeks off, but he is determined to play in Nashville, so he says he'll be taking 3 weeks off and then getting back to the grind so that he can compete at the second event. That's all I've got for you right now. We'll see if Ironman can get this point to tie it up.
Yeah, well, 6 weeks would put us right about Nashville, so that would be an unfortunate, timeline if that is what it is. But at least it wasn't anything. I mean, we didn't really know. I mean, he literally walked off the field with his arm out of joint, and they couldn't get it back in on the sideline, so they had to call an ambulance to take him to the hospital. So, we were kind of wondering what was going on with Brandon. We knew we did get an update last night that they were able to get it back in at the hospital, of course, but you know, we never really knew that timeline. Now we do, which is, you know, Brandon's obviously tough, man. He played that whole point with his arm out of socket, and they won that point, and that was that was the crucial point for them in that match.
Yeah, and you know, here they are with an opportunity against a really hot 187 team, and you know, trying to make the most of it. They're down 1 point right now. 187 playing just like they were before. You know, if the Ironmen are going to get a victory out here, I think they're going to need to start getting a little bit more aggressive up the middle, and they're going to need a big game out of Marcelo Margot. You know, we saw Mike Paxton. You know, he was really shooting a lot of people on the break early in the event for them, and then making his moves up the middle. So, you know, I really think that, you know, those two guys are the guys that understand how to make those reads. You know, Toe Camel, he needs to be playing how Zaleski is playing over here on the snake side, as Toe Camel comes up the middle and goes straight to the A.
Ironman lose Danny Ibarra off that D side right away. Here comes Toe Gamble, who had a huge prelim match for them. Comes through, gets himself two. Nice work by Toe Gamble, setting the pace here in this point. And now with 16:56 to go, looks like the Ironmen are going to have a numerical advantage here. Here comes Caro. Ooh, Carl might have caught one, though.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Carl just went way too sloppy. And here comes the desperation move by Lazat, but Paxson going to chop him up down that Dorito side.
Yeah, I think Pestana might have got a ball on him, too. So looks like good work here. And Pestana might have caught one, though. But, hey, just keep one alive. So kind of a chaotic point there as bodies started to drop towards the end, but nice move by Toe Camel. You know, the story with the Los Angeles Ironmen is with guys like Ibarra, guys like Jerry Caro, Toe Camel, Brandon Cornell until he got injured. The question for the team was, can this legendary franchise, you know, bootstrap that young talent up and get them ready to play at a high level in here in the pro ranks and do it consistently? Obviously, with guys, you know, Pestana's a legend. Mike Paxton's been around forever and won championships. Same with Marcelo Margot. We already know what those guys can bring to the table, and we've seen the Ironmen last year play some good paintball with those young talents. But can they do it consistently? They lost some bodies in the offseason like Mouse and A-Rod. And so that's the big overhanging question for the Ironmen. But one of those answers is that Toe Camel came to play paintball here in 2015.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's next man up. You know, they've always been that way. You know, next man up. They're not going to sit around and, you know, cry over spilled milk. You know, it's time to, you know, make a change, and, you know, who wants to be the next guy that's going to come in and make a difference out here? And Toe Camel's definitely been that guy this event. And, you know, we saw him right there again. Came up in the middle. Nobody picked him up. Came right through, stabbed two guys, and got off the field. So, you know, that's what we'd like to see out of Toe Camel.
That's what we want to see out of Toe Camel. He did up the center. His the good play he had, most of the points that we saw from him was on the snake side. And, you know, as we've well seen yesterday afternoon and this morning, that not as much action is going down here in the snake, though we are seeing the crafty players, the slow, methodical players getting things done over here on the snake side of the field with these muddy conditions.
Yeah, and, you know, Jerry Caro, he made that move. Just a little bit sloppy, a little bit inexperienced, but
a little hungry he's hungry.
Yeah,
you know, he wants to get some kills.
He's trying to get out there and shoot some people.
He wants to earn his spot, you know.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for him.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is that this is really for these younger guys on the Ironman. It's an opportunity for glory for them. It's an opportunity for them to step up. You see Jason Vitalich there. He's one of those young talents, and there's poor Brandon Cornell with his arm in his sling, helping his buddies out here. And God, Brandon played so well, and I thought this was going to be last year was definitely his breakout season, in the sense that we really realized what an amazing player he is, but I thought he'd become dominant this year, and still so young, 18 years old.
And Jerry Caro getting shot off the break as Marcelo Margot dips out to the snake side corner. Toe Camel up in that middle again, looking to make a move. Danny Ibarra coming out of that Dorito side corner, getting up in the 40 Dorito. He's trying to wrap and go. As he does, he jumps right into that 50 right away. So the Ironmen forcing the issue first, as 187 up a body. But Ironman definitely with a good field position. But, oh, Ibarra gets shot in the face out of that 50 Dorito. So gets up there, but unable to get anything out of it. There you see Margot and Paxton on your screen for the Ironmen. It's just those two and Toe Camel. There you see the spread. That's Max Trailer, Nick Sloviak.
Well, Marcelo over here on the snake side, and we saw Marcelo had a good point yesterday over here snake side, real crafty. Was able to get some kills and win a point for the Ironman. But other than that, you know, Marcelo has really struggled this weekend.
Yeah, he's been kind of quiet. And There he is right there in that snake side corner. Here comes Toke Hamill up into the middle again.
And Toke, because just as he made that move, 187 made their move up in the center. I don't think Toke knows where he is because Toke wants to launch right now. If Toke launches, he's going to get torched.
Yeah, Slowiak gets shot out of the back center, though.
Oh, Toke Hamill. So that's what we were just talking about. Toke had lost that player, and I think that was Eddie Painter. So nice job by Eddie Painter up there in the center to take out Toke Hamill.
And then he sneaks over into that little wedge in Dorito Alley. There's the shark fin. And Marcelo Margot going to get shot out of the corner. So Paxton up over the top, looking for bodies. Not going to find any. It's upTon 187 crew. Gets out to their spots and slow plays it. Working the body advantage.
upTon looking real solid. Max Trailer, 4 confirmed kills for him, 2 for Eddie Painter, 2 for Nick Slowiak. 14:21 to go, 1-point game. This game brought to you by Die Precision, Ironman factory team from Die Precision. And we're going to be right back after a few words from our sponsors.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
We are back. upTon 187 crew, slight lead over the Los Angeles Ironmen here in our 3rd quarterfinal matchup. One more still to come, and it's Houston Heat and Tampa Bay Damage getting set to play and watching these two teams battle it out right now. The winner of this team, the winner of this game will advance to play the winner of the Houston Heat Tampa Bay Damage game.
And Ironmen lose a body. Shane Pestana going up the middle, gets shot. upTon 187 again playing with the advantage. And looks like Jerry Caro has now moved over to the Dorito side.
Jason Village on the snake side. Now we're looking at 187 on your screen. Nick Slowiak in the back center.
That's Max Trailer. And Matt Derula zooming in on him over there in that Dorito side mini race. As he works down the wire. Slowiak, there goes Derula. He's going to bump into the mini Dorito. Looking down the wire, Nick Slowiak up over the top.
Not able to get a shot in on Jason Village, who made it in here into Snake 1.
Jerry Caro getting shot for the Ironman. He's walking off. Eddie Painter gets him by coming up in the middle.
And
into the shark fin.
So Max Trailer, though, makes it into the Snake from the unconventional route coming from the center. So that was a big move by Max Trailer to try to stave off the attack from Jason Vitalich, who's on your screen. And there is Max Trailer looking cross-field, looking D-side. There's still a player for the Ironman in the back center. 3 bodies alive for the LA Ironman.
Nick Slowiak bumps over snake side. He's playing straight up on Vitalich. Marcelo Margot over here in the snake side corner for the Ironmen, shooting across the field.
Vitalich looking for a move, looking for those angles. And then he does make that move into the second notch of the snake and posts up down the sideline, trying to catch Max Trailer sleeping. Max Trailer probably does not know that he made that move. I don't think anybody picked up Vidulich yet. If Vidulich can get up one more. He's got to be careful, though, because he's by himself over here. Paxton's gun is shifted towards that snake side to support Vidulich. So you see there Mike Paxton on your screen, rolling his gun towards that snake side, then head checking towards the D side. Marcelo Margot in the back corner bunker, so that's going to help Vidulich out, too.
Yeah, but Vidulich almost got a shot in on Sloviak. He didn't know he was there. Sloviak now switching back over.
Well, it's going to come down to, can Vidulich get a shot cross field on the two players for 187 on that D side? Or are they going to take out, because if they can take out Vidulich, that's going to put Margot and Paxton in a really bad spot.
Yep, Derula up in that 50 Dorito over there, trying to pinch out Marcelo. Here comes Zaleski out of the corner.
Oh, I think Vidulich did get a shot cross field. Nice work by Jason Vidulich. That was huge, but then he gets eaten up. You can see the frustration. He knows that he had almost created an opportunity for his team, but then dropped the ball.
And now here's Max Traylor going to put it on Mike Paxton in the back center. So Marcelo, the first body to drop. Zaleski coming up behind Traylor.
Oh, so Marcelo got shot before Vidulich?
Yeah, out of that snake side corner. You know, I really think that Marcelo Margot's got to get up in this game and try and make a difference. I don't think going out to this snake side corner is really doing anything for the Ironmen right now. If you're the best player on the team, then you need to go somewhere where you can get some kills.
Well, he doesn't have any confirmed kills. That's what I was just going to say. I mean, Margot's got to get in this match here. We're a couple points in now. Vidulich has 3, Paxton has 1. But the problem, Todd, is that I don't think Vidulich can play that back spot and give Margot the same support if he were the one on the snake side as Margot could give for Vidulich. That's the age-old question when you have this situation where, you know, if you're Marcelo Margot, okay, where do you put yourself? I mean, do you say, no, Vidulich, you're going to play the back corner, and I'm going to go up there and try to get kills? And yeah, Margot would probably do great up there. I mean, he got paintball famous by playing the snake for the Ironmen and winning championships with them. Or do you put him as the one on the D side? That might be the move.
I put Marcelo as the one on the D side, keep sending Toke up the middle, have Paxton shoot from the back center, and then insert. Just give me somebody that can make it out to that snake side corner alive. You know, like the support role out there, you know, isn't really huge, you know, right now. It's more just being alive over there and allowing the guns to shift towards that way so that people can make moves. I mean, we've seen it throughout the first 2 games, both Dynasty and Infamous, you know, just attacking hard through the middle of the field, getting kills, making people have to worry about them, and then playing off the confusion.
So with the score hanging over the Ironmen's heads, 3-1, down by 2, 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. We're going to be right back. Welcome back here, 2015 PSP Dallas Open. We are heading our way through the quarterfinal matchups right now. Infamous and Dynasty. Wow, I love it every time Infamous plays Dynasty. And they're going to be taking on each other in the first semifinal matchup. But right now we're watching 187 Crew and the Ironmen, and they will, whoever wins this game will take on the winner of the Houston Heat Tampa Bay Damage game, which is coming up next. Ironmen, though, backs against the walls, not executing this morning here. 187 looking pretty solid, just real consistent, Todd. 187's not doing anything crazy. They didn't bring a paintball sorcerer with them. They just are playing solid paintball. Oh, just as I say that, looks like, is that Dan Zaleski getting a major penalty? So now the door swings open for the Ironmen. Toke Hamill hunting in the center. I was just going to say, they're playing very consistent and just playing their game, making spots, shooting the guns. 101 paintball, doing a good job of it. But they get a major penalty, though the Ironmen losing some bodies too, but not enough. Yeah, this point's going to go for the Ironmen here.
And I don't know if they know that the major penalty happened. Toke Hamill going to run the flag in. And there's still going to be about a minute and 38 seconds on that penalty. So Ironmen get back in this game with some good shooting on the break.
And it was Dan Zaleski, Todd.
Yeah, Dan Zaleski playing pretty well all weekend. Playing pretty clean. Finally, they get a penalty.
And there's Toe Camel, the hero of the prelims for the Ironman. And now going to pull within 1. So we got ourselves a game. 9 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Dan Zaleski going to be chomping at the bit in that box, waiting to get out. And you can see there was the flag thrown, the referee in there calling the penalty on 187. So might be getting an update from the referee here. We'll see in a second. But Jason Vidalich, Toe Campbell, Dan Ibarra, and Shane Pastana alive there at the end of that point for the Los Angeles Ironmen, who are now down by just 1. And you see the game matchup now on paper, man, dead even as far as I'm concerned with these two teams. 187's been building this roster up for 3 solid years now, and the Ironmen rebuilding their squad as well. So anyone can win this match, as we see by this very close point spread right now, just 1.
Yeah, and you know, going to be playing 5-on-4. Ironmen, that's definitely going to be huge for them. See if they can at least tie this ball game up. If not, get a couple points that we have usually seen. But again, we watched Dynasty with a really good, penalty play. You know, you can burn off penalties on this field. You know, full penalties. Let's check in with the ref on that call.
16 on 187 earned himself a major penalty. Hang on, was hitting the tank.
So, looked like he was hitting the tank. So, unfortunate for 187, but still enough time to redeem themselves here, and they still have the lead. So, Dan Zaleski going to sit in the box on this next breakout. Sloviak rolling his gun towards the snake side, trying to get a shot on Vidalich, who pulls up a little early. And Toe Camel up in the center looking for kills again. So, looks like they've completely switched Toe Camel to go up the center. I mean, he played great on the snake side. He's also playing great at the center, though, Todd. So Toe really proving himself pretty versatile right now.
Yeah, really attacking. You know, we saw him, you know, over his tenure here with the Ironmen. We saw him play up the middle a lot. When Coach Kevin Brettauer was coach of the Ironmen, he definitely sent Toke up the middle a lot. But I just thought he was playing so well over here on the snake side that they would continue to go with him. But, you know, if Vidalich is stepping up and Toke's getting it done in the middle, then, you know, you got to go with what's working.
And the referee in there, and is going to pull a major penalty on Toe Camel.
Yeah, it's not
so
working.
Guess not. Toe Camel looks like he took a hit and played on. So Toe Camel coming off. And now the tables have turned as Dan Zaleski is going to be getting out of the box in 34 seconds. And the Ironmen have to fight through a fresh major of their own because of Toe Camel. Jason Vidalich gets into the snake. 3 players left alive for the Ironmen: Margot, Vidalich, and Ibarra. Nick Sloviak, Max Trailer, Matt Derula, and Greg Lazat on the field for 187.
Vidalich looking at the clock right now, calling out the time on the box. I don't know if he knows Max Trailer is in there with him, and he does not.
He doesn't, but then, ooh, did he get a shot on him? He rolls around. Look at this, though. Vidalich, he's calling out the codes, good communication, almost got shot by Trailer, but then he put Trailer in and tried to get the shot in on Zaleski, and wasn't able to do it. Zaleski was able to come around. Vidalich didn't really have the angle from that snake bunker, though, Todd.
No, I think, you know, that was a case of the dirty gun. The Max Trailer missed that shot because Vidalich had no idea that he was there. And now Vidalich trying to give him the one-armed gangster gat out the side. Marcelo Margot backed up into the snake temple from the middle. I think that's Derula right now trying to make a middle.
Also, looks like Vidalich just loaded his last pod, though, Todd.
Yeah, oh, Marcelo getting shot from across the field.
So can Vidalich pull off some magic? Most importantly, he needs to just stay alive as long as he possibly can to get that Toe Camel penalty off the clock, because Toe Camel's going to be able to come out of the box here in 24 seconds. Another body dropping for 187.
Yeah, Danny Ibarra getting 2 kills over there for the Ironmen out of the 50 Dorito. Greg Lazat going to come charge after he shoots Ibarra. So it's just Vidalich on Sloviak and Trailer.
But 10 seconds for Toke to come out of the box. So
Mike Paxton's going to come out of the box.
Oh, Mike Paxton, sorry.
Oh, Vidalich looks to make a move. Oh, could have made it, but he tripped.
But Vidalich still alive. So Vidalich still alive. And Trailer finally figures out where he is and just comes over the top, owns Vidalich.
What was Vidalich doing there? He just looked and made the move, didn't get it, so he stopped.
Well, hey, the Ironmen do go down by 1 more point, but the penalty's out, so they get to reset with 5 bodies. So, yes, they lose the point, but they did burn through that penalty. I like how Vidalich is playing over here. He's thinking, he's talking, he's trying to make things happen. Bodies are dropping around him. He's doing what he can over here. It's muddy. He's losing guys behind him. Margot gets shot behind him. You know, I just like that. It looks like he's thinking through the checklist that you have to go through in order to be a top-level player. He's putting the variables together, so it's just, you know, it's tough over here.
Yeah. Again, communication, knowing what's going on at all times.
Well, let's check out this replay here. So there's Vidalich, and that was when, so Vidalich had moved up. He tripped, though, got stuck in the mud and just kind of had to just get into that 50-yard line. And then Trailer probably heard the thud from Vidalich falling into that spot. And here's Trailer, who comes right over the top and takes out Vidalich. Trailer playing solid for 187 again in the Snake. He's been one of their best players since they came into the pro division. So let's listen in here. The ref's going to give us an update.
Player number 7 from the Los Angeles Ironmen will be charged a major penalty. He was hitting the gun. The number was number 7.
Yeah, and Todd, when Toke got up there, I saw him getting a little squirrely. Looked like he took one, and then sure enough, you know the body language of somebody that's been shot or at least taken a ball. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
So Toke gonna have to clean it up a little bit, but they need him on the field and they need him doing well.
So both teams are back at full strength. upTon 187 with a 4-2 lead.
On the breakout, 187 splitting the field and trying to get out on the D side. Looks like they're able to get out clean. Ironmen also, I was just going to say they made it out 5 alive, but then
They lose Ibarra.
Ibarra out of his bunker. So Toke Hamill in the center again for the Los Angeles Ironmen. There you can see right-hand portion of your screen.
Here comes Trailer. Nobody looking at him. He comes up the middle and gets into the mini race.
Which makes Toke's life a lot harder. Here comes Margot to try to clear out Trailer, and he gets his loader peeled off, so not able to get Trailer. And then Trailer, it looks like, is either going to push Toke into one of his players' guns on the D side or get the kill himself. Couldn't quite see it, which leaves Mike Paxton in the back center and in a bad position, looking at a lot of bodies. This point is almost surely going to go to 187 cRew, which will put the score 5-2. Ironman might want to concede this point to keep the time up here, Todd, because they're starting to get low on it.
Yeah, Max Trailer coming through the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't know why the Ironman didn't blow the horn. As soon as they realized that it was just Mike left there, because, again, it's point spread right now. So now the Ironmen are down 3. They waited until that flag was hung instead of conceding the point and saving themselves probably a good 15 seconds, which could, who knows, man? I mean, that could be the difference right here.
Well, the difference right now is Max Trailer from upTon 187 cRew with 8 confirmed kills. He might get 1 more, but check out this replay. Here's Marcelo, cuts to the outside and gets shot. I believe it was by Zaleski in the corner right before he got there. And then you see Trailer trying to pinch. Yeah, Trailer didn't even know Margot was coming. Lucky for him, Zaleski.
And Trailer did get Toke.
Yep. Trailer gets a shot in on Hamill. So Max Trailer stat stuffing. Right now he might actually be at 9 if he got Paxton there at the end, but way too much. upTon 187 cRew right now, up 5-2. Just really looking a lot more.
Well, they're looking.
How do you want to say?
Well, I would say that they're across the board. They've tightened everything up.
Yeah.
Their game plans are better. They're executing as far as off the break shots are concerned. They're winning gunfights. They're making moves. Most importantly, they look really hungry to be a top team.
Yeah.
They look like, okay, we've been here for a little bit now, and it's time for us to get into the mix here in the top levels of the game.
They've definitely had the body advantage every point. They've been up bodies. They always shoot one on the break or get that first kill.
Well, they also didn't get off to a slow start at any point in this tournament. 187 is they're another one of those teams that was kind of, it's like the old, 1967 Chevrolet that you got to sit there and let idle for 15 minutes before you can drive it around.
Yeah.
And they are no longer that car anymore. Looking real solid here, 187 crew up by 3. So we'll see if the Ironmen can mount a comeback here. And looks like Mike Paxton getting shot out of that back center right away. So still 187, man. They are putting the pressure on the Los Angeles Ironmen right now off the break.
Ironmen, they finally get a kill on the break. They do, but they lose a body. They shoot max trailer, so a good body to get off the field. 187 still has Derula up in the middle, but Ironmen lose Mike Paxton. Ironmen starting to get aggressive over there on the Dorito side. They got Shane Pestana, Toe Camel up in the middle. Shane Pestana over there on the Dorito side in the mini race bunker. Vidalich over here on the Snake side. Sloviak bumps out to the Snake side temple.
Sloviak on your screen right there.
Toe Camel coming across the middle into that front can. Derula bailing out of the Dorito side can into the center tower. Toe Camel jumps into the Xbox and gets torn to bits. Shane Pestana up into the big Dorito, trying to work with Danny Ibarra. Vidalich over here by himself on the Snake side. Dan Zaleski, is he living back there in that Snake side corner still?
Notice no hurry right now in the body language for 187. They're looking down lanes, controlling lanes, rolling their guns, talking it up. They're up by 3. They've played this field a lot at this point, seen a lot of points played on it, and they know where all those angles are, and they're just trying to utilize the one body advantage they have to keep the Ironmen from pushing forward. Vidalich, Pestana, and Ibarra have no choice but to go into the guns of 187 crew, and they need to do it quick. They have to give themselves, even if they win this point, they still have to win 2 more after it in order, and here comes the attack. Look at this huge run through up the center right now by Jason Vidalich. No, who is that? That was Ibarra. It was cRew. So cRew's out there.
So cRew makes a move, gets himself a couple kills. It's just Vidalich left with Shane Pestana. Pestana over there on the Dorito side by himself. There you see Sloviak shooting at Vidalich.
That was a big move by Jared cRew. Let's see if the rest of the Ironmen here can capitalize on it, because now the body count is evened up and a much better field position for the Ironmen as Shane Pestana is past the 50-yard line, hunting down, trying to work out the last player, Nick Sloviak for 187 crew, and I think they're going to get him. Oh, wow.
So it's going to be just Shane Pestana alive.
But there's no bodies left to shoot.
Oh, so maybe Shane Pestana got shot as well. Yeah, I think Sloviak shot Pestana and then traded out with Vidalich. So Zaleski, the lone man over here in the corner, just living in that Snake corner, and he's going to be able to walk out, not even need to go grab the flag. As upTon 187.
Well, hey, the Ironmen
survives that push.
They did. They survived the push. Awesome move by the rookie Jerry cRew up through the center. I think it looked like he got 2 kills on that run through, and it looked for a second like the Ironmen within better field position, but Pestana drops the ball over on the D side, and Vidalich gets owned over here in the Snake. Look at this run through by Jerry cRew. Gets one, and then gets the second one. Lazat was.
Ooh, that was close to a spitting penalty right there. That looked close on Lazat. cRew beat him to the punch. Really surprised him. Maybe didn't shoot his gun. That was really close, though.
But again, when the door opens, you got to be able to walk through it. And, just not getting it done. Los Angeles Ironmen looked like they had an opportunity to try to pull closer here. But instead, upTon 187 crew pretty much sealing the deal by, just holding off the attack. So the score now 6-2 with under 2 minutes to play, 1 minute and 59 seconds in regulation here. And there's just no way the Ironmen are going to be able to put 4 points on the board in 2 minutes. We're talking 30-second points in the mud. Not going to happen. So these two teams are going to throw 5 more bodies out here each, and we're going to be right back to watch it. Los Angeles Ironmen down by 4. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it here in this quarterfinal matchup against upTon 187 cRew. upTon 187 cRew losing a body. D side, we might see a penalty as well. No penalty on that one. So Greg Lazat gets hit, trying to take a huge bite over there on the D side. But
187 cRew wheeling a deal and losing another body off that snake or Dorito side. Here comes the Ironman. They're down 4 points. Coming through the middle of the field is Marcelo. He's going to get picked off. He's going to get one, though. 1:21 left to go. There goes Max Trailer. Ironman with bodies. Here comes Paxson. Trying to find the last one. He's in the back center. Sloviak comes walking off.
Toe Campbell digging through the mud as fast as he can go and hangs the flag up. So the Ironman will put another one up. 6-3 is the score, but just 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go. So 187 sent Lazat really far up on the D side. He got taken out, and then the Ironman started pushing up that D side of the field and able to put the point on the board. But well, Todd, let's talk a little bit about this match that's coming up next. Houston Heat versus Tampa Bay Damage. Heat real solid through the prelims, put a beating on the Ironmen in their last game. And the only game that Heat didn't look phenomenal was, let's see, the Ironman game was 7-1. And then Heat played Revo and beat him up real bad 7-1 as well. And then their first game, so the only game that Heat didn't look great was against Thunder, very first match of the day. Had some communication issues there. We heard from Fedorov when he was interviewed by Lauren, was a little frustrated with the team's performance, but since then they've looked great. So, you know, and obviously with the lineup that they put together this year, they're going to be strong. And the Tampa Bay Damage saving their team in the offseason, but Damage struggled in their last match against 187 cRew, and they lost that one. That was pretty much the only upset that we had out here in the prelims, 7-4. So facing a little bit of adversity, maybe that allowed Damage to try to fix some of the things that plagued them in that match.
Yeah, I mean, Damage is a smart team. Damage is really good at playing inside paintball. So I guarantee you they've been watching all these games out here and seeing what's happening. I wouldn't doubt if they make some solid adjustments, and we don't see we're not going to see what we saw out of them yesterday when they lost to cRew. I can pretty much guarantee that, like 99% sure.
Well, the way that this field has developed, I do agree with you. They're really good at that paintball.
Especially because Houston Heat is going to play that way because they're good at playing that way with the 4 Russians themselves.
Yeah, so that's going to be a really good matchup. And that, again, coming at you next. Under a minute to go here in this game is 187 cRew putting a lot of points on the board against the Ironmen. So the Ironmen just don't have enough time left, but they're still fighting to try to put... Oh, Toe Camel gets shot out of that center, so... They're giving it a shot, and you can see the frustration in Hamill as he's running off. And now 187 able to get up there into the center. Gonna lock off that snake, and it looks like Mike Paxson shot out of his bunker. Trying to gunfight, get something done. There's Danny Ibarra, who is the last player left alive. So 187 gonna put that 7th and final point on the board and win this match against the Los Angeles Ironmen.
There's Dan Zaleski, who's just been having a heck of a tournament. You know, just playing as a team. You know, individuals make it exciting. Teams win championships. The way these guys are playing out here, they're going to have a tough match whether they face off against Damage or Houston Heat.
I'll tell you what, whoever wins this next game better not sleep on 187.
I would love to see 187 in the finals. That'd be pretty cool.
We could. If they keep executing the way that they have been doing all weekend long, they haven't lost a game yet. And they already beat Damage. So if Damage wins this next game, they will rematch in the semifinals. And already with the victory, as 187 cRew beat Damage 7-4 yesterday afternoon.
Yep. So last quarterfinal game coming up here in a second.
So you're seeing this. So this is the end of the game. Look at the frustration on the Ironmen as they realize that the Dallas Open is ending for them, and they're going to have to go home and try to figure out what they can fix before Nashville. I think this was that point that the Ironmen won before that. Yeah. So looking at some of the highlights.
So, hey, not a bad run for the Ironmen, though, considering all things. They lose one of their top players. One of their other top players that they just picked up didn't even come to the event.
Stephen Pitts. So the thing, again, I agree with you. The Ironmen need to not hang their heads too low. Yes, didn't have the event that they wanted to have. Still a lot of work to do. Margot did not have a good event, and a little frustrating turn of events for them. But you know, Vidalich fought hard. Toe Campbell played great this weekend mostly, and they looked pretty solid. You know, if they can just keep working. If they could just keep working here in the the 6 weeks that we have before Nashville, and just fix a couple things and get Margot to step back up, I think they got a shot.
Yeah. Yep.
The fight's important, man. Seeing the fight out of those guys, that means they're hungry. That means they want it. It means a lot to them. That means that they are going to put the work in. And I think we'll see a different Ironman in Nashville. I don't know. We'll see. Let's check on Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I am here with Nick Sloviak on 187. Congratulations on that huge win.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome. Now, yesterday I was talking to Matt Derula and Noel, and they were telling me they were giving you a lot of credit for bringing some knowledge from your previous teams over to 187. What knowledge do you feel like you've been able to give those players?
Just a general overall sense of a different way to look at the game, right? Unfortunately for 187, with not having any other pro teams in the New England area, they've risen to the best that they can get in that area. You got to get to be better. You have to play better people and better teams. So I've been lucky enough to play with some really great aftershock guys on heat, the Russians that have taught me a lot, and a lot of good people in my past that have taught me a lot about paintball. So I'm just trying to help them out with any questions they may have. Just give them a different look, right? Expand their creativity on what they do on the field. And with this new format, it allows you to do that. And guys have been playing great.
They have been playing great. What were some key things that you focused on to bring them up to that next level?
The biggest thing was communication. I'm used to yelling a lot and getting in those pieces from my teammates to make the puzzle fit on the field. And so there's a term that they've been using for playing called big dick paintball, and our dicks have been pretty small the last couple of games. So it's just getting focused on that, right? If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. So if we're going to communicate, put the pieces of the puzzle together, we have to work together to do that. And it's up and down, right? But so far, so good.
It's going good. You did a great interview with Maddie for Paintball Access. If you guys haven't read it, you should go check it out. But
listen to it.
Listen to it, yes. But you were saying you were really excited to just get with them. What have the differences been between the camps, Heat and 187?
Playing paintball on the tournament field. That's the biggest difference. Getting into a rhythm, right? I mean, I know I've gotten to go in there, a few points here and there on Heat the last couple of years, but I mean, I played more paintball last year than I did all last season on the field. So, I mean, just to get out there and get in a rhythm and hear the guys talk about just being confident, right? I mean, just to see it in their eyes and light up, right? And they're a lot younger than me. So to see that, right, and them go out there and do it and just get pumped up, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel younger. But it makes me feel good, and I mean, I know a big thing is just them listening to the web, the cast that Maddie and Todd do, and just going back and watching the webcast and just talking about picking apart the games differently and building on their paintball knowledge overall.
All right, well, congratulations on that win. That was huge. 187 is playing so well. Next up, we have Heat versus Damage, so stay tuned.
We play the winner, I think.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on pspevents.com. You don't want to miss it.